Hey guys, T2 out here, back again with PD. Today we're doing another get home bag style challenge. And whether you want to call it the get home bag challenge, whether you want to call it a Titan 10-mile challenge, either way, it's me, him, we're out here, we're actually physically testing our gear.
So it's been about a year since we did the last get home bag challenge. It's weather's calling for a nice day today, but we're gonna have some storms move in tonight. It's supposed to get down cold. Thought it'd be a great time just to get out and try our new equipment, some of the new stuff we've added, and just see how it goes.
Yeah. So we'll take you along for the ride and hope we have a good time.
Oh yeah.
Don't get too wet.
Y'all stay tuned.
So for today's adventure, we are doing another get home bag challenge. It's another 10 to 12 mile challenge. We are starting at my mom's place. We're going down to Yellow Branch Falls, which is a local waterfall. So about 12 miles total. Some road, some in the woods. The whole goal is to, of course, test our equipment, test our gear, and figure out what works, what doesn't work.
It's supposed to be getting chilly tonight. It's supposed to be in the mid to high 30s, I believe.
So it was rained pretty much all day yesterday. But yeah, I'm just out here testing gear because we're one of the only channels that actually does.
Yeah.
All right guys, so we just decided to stop for a minute. Kind of figured we talk about why you might need to get home bag. So a get home bag stays in your vehicle or stays at your work, and the idea is you get home. It's not a bug out bag, it's not go run off in the woods bag. It is a get home bag. Most people say a get home from work bag, but get home from wherever. So Cabela's is a 53-mile drive, so obviously if something happened where I couldn't drive home, I'd have to walk home. That's what my bag is designed for. It's the furthest distance I'll go without a true bug out bag.
One case where I used my bag was when I was working in construction. I was working down towards the coast side of South Carolina. The transmission just completely blew up, just went out completely. I was stuck on the side of the road and it was gonna take about 3 hours for somebody to come get me. I was able to use the stuff in my bag, keep my phone charged, keep my energy up, had plenty of water, had plenty of everything I needed, and if I had needed to walk, for me a bag is set up for 3 days, so I could have made it for 3 days before help got there. So that's when the one case that I really used my bag, but I always have it in my vehicle with me. And some of you moms may understand this, but it's always good to have it just because you never know when you're gonna be stuck in a traffic jam. You never know what your day's going to bring. You might just need that snack.
Yeah, so as parents, of course, we carry diaper bags. But you also got to think for me and you, me and him, me and, you and your wife. It's great to have stuff for the kids, but we also need things. So, like you said, snacks, drinks, waters, and
toilet paper.
I
mean, you never know when you go pull into that truck stop and they out.
Yep. So here we are, back on the adventure. So we're about a mile in. Our biggest issue has been cars, which obviously in a real get home situation, you might not have cars, or if it's kind of a personal event, you might actually have cars. So walking on the side of the road kind of sucks.
The rain that came through yesterday really softened everything up for us.
Yeah, it's not good. So
more cars,
lots of cars. A true get home scenario, none of these cars might stop for you. So you might be walking by 200 cars. Who knows? If you're lucky enough to hitch a ride, then good. If not, you're walking.
No, I'm doing good right now. Everything's feeling good. Found a little S-clip on the side of the road. It's coming in handy. But no complaints right now. Everything's feeling good.
Good deal. Good to go. So I know a lot of people out here are going to say, oh man, you don't need a get home bag. Get home bags are useless, whatever. Funny story, actually, about 5 miles up the road from here, me and our buddy Chris, we decided that we want to get ballsy one day that it snows. We're in my 2-wheel drive little Ford Ranger. There's a little camping spot around here called Hell's Hole. Hell's Hole is a hole. It goes downhill. We get my little 2-wheel drive Ranger stuck down there. So we're trying to get it out. We eventually just give up. We said, damn, what are we gonna do? We can't spend the night in a single cab truck. Me and him ain't cuddling like that. So what are we gonna do? We decided to walk to my mom's house. About 5 miles one way. We get to her house, we tell her the situation, hey, look, our truck's stuck. We're gonna borrow your car. We're gonna go call someone else to come get us. Up here, there's no signal. There's nothing.
Not a bit.
And especially not 4 or 5 years ago when this happened. If your car breaks down, if you get stuck in the mud, if you get stuck in the snow, you will walk somewhere to find signal. You can stay with your vehicle, But if it's wintertime like it is now, you're gonna be there for weeks before someone comes and finds you. So eventually we get unstuck, but we did have to walk 5 or 6 miles to get to safety. So yeah, always carry a get home bag. All right guys, so we just stopped at a little store up here. It's called Pelfrey's Peanut Store. It's got a giant peanut out front, so it's pretty hard to miss. They got the best boiled peanuts around. If you ain't never had a boiled peanut, they're delicious. But it is a cash only store. Obviously, number one, always carry cash, but number two, in a real walk home type scenario, there might be a lot of places that are only doing cash only.
EMP happens or something like that along those kind of lines, you're gonna lose all the electronic side of things. So people are gonna rely on cash only.
And not just an EMP, think a simple blackout will knock out the internet service. Simple power outage, and now you have no internet to access the card readers. So always carry cash. You walk in there, you know, get a little snacks, get a little drink.
A good habit to get into is keep 50 bucks in your car or in your wallet. Just that way, if you ever come into these situations, or you never know when you're just gonna run out of gas. You might be parked at a hotel, somebody comes siphon the gas out of your car. So just as a good rule of thumb, I'd recommend keeping $50 on you at all times.
And that's in different denominations. 20 bucks, then a couple 10s, couple 5s, couple 1s. David walks up to me and he says, hey man, how much for this bottle of water? How much you got on you? You got 50 bucks on you. This one bottle is gonna cost you 50 bucks. So unless I'm a good-hearted person, and it just depends on the situation. But yeah, always carry cash. Go visit Pelfrey's Peanut Store. Best boiled peanuts in town. Always carry cash. Let's go. Right. So we're up here at the Andrew Pickens Ranger Station. This is a local wildlife ranger station. If you come here Monday through Friday, like 9 to 5, you know, normal business hours, there's topographical maps, there's hunting instructions in here. Let's say you had to walk home for whatever reason. There's a building right here that you could at least stand under or lay under for a couple of hours. Now, obviously they don't want hobos and homeless people to hang out here. However, emergency situation, if a cop does pull up, you can say, hey, look, you know, my vehicle broke down and I'm just resting here until the rain passes by. You know, like David said, his car broke down. He had to walk X amount of miles to a local truck stop / visitor center. Yeah. And this could be almost the same thing. If our vehicle broke down, you know, 2 miles that way, well, there's no signal that way. So at least I could walk up here where there's more vehicles, there's more of a chance of somebody seeing me, and there's more of a chance of having signal. And it's a known location. I could say, hey, you know, come pick me up at the ranger station, versus, hey, come pick me up on the side of the road going down a curvy mountain.
Yeah, give them something for the Google search when they're trying to figure out where you're at.
Absolutely. There's also a storage unit up here on the left. Storage units are a great place to spend the night if you own one of these storage lockers. I can spend 15, 20 bucks a month and have that place rented out. And that way, in case I need a place to stay, I can put a cot in there, I can put a sleeping bag in there. It ain't gonna be fancy, but it's at least a dry roof over my head. So just something to consider. Again, not my first cup of tea, but it sure beats us trying to build a shelter and it pouring down rain tonight. So right here behind me, I hope you can see that, is some random cave that's been here for like, I don't know, 20, 30 years. And yeah, it's just kind of there. Would I want to spend the night in that? Yeah, sure, why not? If you're up trying to climb in it, you can see how far back it goes. So as long as there's no bears and no critters back there, you know, it might be a place for you to ride out the weather. Do I want to spend the night in it? Maybe not. But would I spend a couple of hours, especially during the daylight, to let rain or snow pass by? Definitely. So we have made it down here to Yellow Branch Falls. It's about 2.5 miles walking the road, getting down here, and then it's another 2 miles walk to the falls. So about 11 to 12 miles total. This place is very nice. I'll show it to you later. You've got picnic tables, you've got little shelters that you can, you know, spend the night in, hang a hammock in, or, you know, do a sleeping pad in. Just a place off the road, out of sight, out of mind. There's water here, there's a bathroom here. Well, that way you can go in there and do your business, but also that way you can, you know, find a place to sleep for a night, camp here for a night, and then move on down the trail, move on down the road, whatever, getting home, just in case it was stormy, it was rainy, snowy, whatever. But yeah, let's we're gonna hit up the bathroom, hit up the shelter, and we're gonna do this trail. Cool. Right here. Can I film and balance? This is a big tree, and it's not soaking wet. So we're a few miles in. Pretty tough little trail. Not terrible, but definitely tough. At the beginning, there's a ton of water. Then kind of like the middle quarter, and then now we're at kind of like no water. So that means we're closer to the waterfall. Somehow,
you know, that's how hiking goes.
That's the way it works around here. I've emptied one bottle. I'm on a second one, so I'm gonna have to fill up before we leave. You haven't even touched your.
Not yet. I'm about to though.
A good way to get out here and test your legs.
Yeah, get some
lungs.
Get some exercise in.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
Exercise.
It's
Extra
great.
fries. Well, we can hear it. We just can't see it yet.
I can see it earlier.
Oh, David can see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Mom's the hose.
Going down's not that bad. Coming up, these steps and gravity freaking suck. Yeah.
Way too out of shape for all this.
Yeah, it was easy going down. This whole climbing up steps thing ain't too good. Ain't for the faint of heart. So we are not out of the woods yet. Hey, I figured out why that phrase works. This is all uphill. It was nice and easy going down, but it's all uphill now. It's very dry, unless you want to go down the hill to get some water, which we don't. We'll fill up before we leave this area, and then we'll walk the road and then find some place to do some sort of a stealthy looking camp. David, you good?
Out of breath, but I'm good.
But again, true get home, I doubt you're walking down to a waterfall. But yeah, we're doing good. Thumbs up.
Good deal.
Thumbs up. Got done out of the woods back here in the shelter. Again, be a great little location for spending the night. It's not allowed, but dire circumstances type thing. Pretty tough little hike coming out. Going in wasn't that bad. We need to hydrate before we get back on the road. Other than that,
Doing good. Everything's good.
yeah. So we're almost done. We're on the last leg, went up this big hill. Everything else is downhill from here. Better or worse than our original Get Home Bag 10-mile challenge?
I'd say it's a little bit worse. Just a whole lot more uphill, downhill. The grounds are real soft on the side of the road, which is making it kind of sticky, slippery, hard to walk in. So
for our Brasstown adventure, it was easy because we were on paved roads. And I mean, normally we would be on a paved road if it was a real Get Home Bag challenge, but we're walking on the side of the road because it's still an active, pretty busy road. It rained yesterday, pouring down rain, and it seems like every step you take, you're sinking in mud. And so it just made it a little bit more difficult, a little bit harder. And yeah, I agree with David. It is a little bit harder than our Brasstown adventure, but we're almost done. Set up camp, and then I don't know. We'll figure it out. Join us. Come along for a ride.
all right.
Hope you enjoyed it so far. Something. Well, yeah.
Stay tuned.
Words.
Smash that like button. Subscribe.
Words. There's a lot of people who talk. I can do a bug out 20 miles, no problem. I can do a Get Home Bag, no problem. Yeah, we're actually out here physically doing it. And yes, it is possible, it is feasible. Don't get me wrong. I personally could probably do another 10 miles. However, I am tired. I am wore out. My feet do hurt. We got a bunch of couch potatoes when it comes to prepping. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. But have you? Have you actually taken your gear out and you've tested it? I sent out a lot of messages for people to try the Titan 10-mile challenge. Load up your packs, go for a walk, pros and cons with it, right? I got a lot of people saying, well, I hike regularly, or I walk around the block with my bag. I don't need to do your challenge. It's not a matter of if you need to do it. It's that you need to do it. That way you can come tell us what worked and what didn't. And what works for us might not work for you. And that is why we do these challenges. We know that we can walk 10 miles. I mean, hell, we just proved it. We've proved it before. We're gonna take the experience and we're gonna learn from it. We're gonna make our bags lighter. We're gonna make our socks better. We're gonna wear better boots. We're gonna bring better water filters. And it's all a learning experience. And you, the viewers, deserve that. You deserve to know that, yeah, we talk a big game, but we can actually back it up. There's a lot of channels out here that talk a big game. Oh, I got a 60-pound pack and I can rock it for 50 miles a day. But yet they can't prove it. So, you know, we do these challenges not only to prove to ourselves, but to prove to you, the viewers. So if you're watching some other YouTube channels, there's a bunch out there, especially when it comes to prepping. If you're watching their channels and they're doing bug out loadouts, they're doing get home bag loadouts, they're doing survival kit loadouts,
and tell all they're doing is setting up their kitchen table, send them to us.
Send them to us. Send them the link to the Titan 10 Mile Challenge. Tell them, hey, listen, you talk a big game, but you ain't backed it up yet. So send them our way. We have failed our mission.
It's a sad day, y'all. It's a sad, sad day. We pride ourselves on being the channel that goes out and tests out our equipment.
Absolutely.
100%. But a test of a survival situation does not need to turn into a survival situation.
Yes.